How's it, guys? Benjamin here. Welcome back. So today we're going to do a short class, 25, 30 minutes. And this is basically just focusing on how can I just waken up the spine? How can I move the spine? As I believe that spinal health or spinal mobility, or as they say, spinal articulation, is one of the keys to well-being and longevity. So first thing to understand about the spine is that as a system in itself, it's very mobile. So it's actually more the muscles surrounding the spine that inhibits movement. So, and this is what we're trying to access. So to start off with, come to a comfortable seated position. This can be in our traditional sensei pose, seated down, cross-legged with a block. Remember, bring dignity to the spine. So when you're ready, place the hands strategically. We'll just run through 1 or 2 minutes of just centering, arriving, developing a sense of presence in our practice. When you're ready, closing the eyes. And remember, when we first close the eyes, there can be a lot of busyness, the mind can be distracted, a lot of sensory action surrounding us. So start by committing to stillness, committing to not moving the muscular system. Take your attention to the breath, and we're going to observe 5 breaths, the inhale and the exhale. And before we start, we set an intention of integration of head, heart, and hands. Slowly open the eyes, take in the light. Come to a position on all fours towards anywhere on your mat. Before we start, become aware of the hands. Spread the fingers. How wide can you make your fingers? How much can you push into every inch of the hand? Can you push into the fingertips? Can you push into the arches of the hand? From there, we take our awareness up the arms and into the shoulders, pushing, rounding the upper back, protracting the scapula, widening the shoulder blades. Once the hands are stable, we take our awareness into our knees, move up the knees with your awareness into the legs and into the tailbone. Become aware of the belly, soften the belly, disengage the belly. Become aware of the thighs, disengage the thighs. As the belly becomes heavy, we drop down, head lifts. You'll be familiar with this cat-cow sequence, I'm sure. From here, tuck the tailbone, mid-back becomes light, a thread pulls you up to the sky, head becomes heavy. From there, the belly becomes heavy, tailbone lifts, head lifts. Tailbone tucks in, string pulls up the mid-back, head drops. Belly becomes heavy, tailbone lifts to the sky, head lifts. Carry on. This time just increasing the speed. becoming aware of the spine, specifically the tailbone and how the tailbone directs movement. So I'm actually creating a wave-like motion, initiating from the tailbone. Follow the action up the spine, from the tailbone up the spine to the head, the neck, and then from the tailbone back down. Increase the speed. This time play. Move the shoulders. Use your intuition here. Round. Maybe take weight onto one hand. Move in circles. Move forward and back. Change direction of the circles. Don't overthink this. Don't overthink this. Just move. You can move forward and back with that same action. Crunch the sides. So we're going to bring our elbow to our hip, compressing the side obliques, and opposite side. Do that a couple of times to each side. And then from here, push back into child's pose. Take the hands forward. Try bring the bum to the sits bones or to the ankles. Hands are engaged. Whenever our hands touch the floor, they're engaged. Wrap the elbows in. Drop the forehead. Stay here for 3 breaths, pushing back with the hands. When you're ready, lift your gaze. Keep the arms as low to the mat as possible, even if they're touching, fantastic. So we lift the gaze, looking between our hands, keeping our chest as low as we can. We roll through as far as we can, then push up. Tuck the chin and round back to child's pose. Forehead touches the mat. From here, rock forward in a rounding action to all fours. Tuck the toes. Push back to downward dog. Head becomes heavy. Round the back into plank. Hands are active. Knees drop. Feet flat. Push back. Child. Forehead touches the mat. Lift the gaze. Again, come through. This is your inhale. Push up. Tuck the chin. Round the back. Forehead touches the mat. Round to all fours. Tuck the toes. Push the mat away from you. To downward dog. Head becomes heavy. Round to plank. Drop the knees. Push back. One more round. Lift the gaze. Come through. Tuck the chin. Roll back. Round the back to all fours. Tuck the toes. Push back. Head heavy. Round to plank. Drop the knees. Push back. Stay here in child's pose. Rest for 3 breaths. When you're ready, slowly rolling up to sit on your heels. Expand. Arms out to the side, spinal extension, And then if I'm pushing my mid-chest back, round the back, tuck the tailbone, arms forward, head is heavy. Same thing, inhaling, center of the chest moves forward. Exhaling, center of the chest moves back. So it's our mid-back that is the director. One more time. Chest comes forward, head looks up. Exhale, chest moves you back. Release the hands, neutral position. Rock forward onto all fours. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees off the mat. From here we push back, keeping our knees very low to the mat as we push our tailbone to the sky. As our head drops, we round the back. Drop the knees, but keep off the mat. And push back. Round the back. Drop the knees. Tailbone lifts. Do 3 more of these rounds. And when you're ready, finishing in a downward dog position. Lift the gaze, look between the hands, and step through. Knees very bent. Hang out here for a while. Grab opposite elbow. Really bend your knees as much as you need, so that your chest can come onto your thighs. Head is heavy, just relax. Release the hands. Slowly start to roll up. Becoming aware of the spine as it rolls up. Hands face forward, lift to the sky, and bring it down to prayer or samastitihi. Nice, probably built up a bit of a sweat, I'm sure. So from here, bend the knees, roll down, back of the hands touch. We roll up. Hands come above the head, open out to the side, head tucks, and we roll down again. This is a soft roll, so bend the knees a lot. Back of the hands touch, rolling up, and down. Again, I have to thank Yoga Synergy for this movement, and Simon. We'll give you 2 more of these. What we're doing here is we're actually allowing the psoas muscle to lengthen the diaphragm, which helps us with our diaphragmatic breathing. Do 1 more full round. When you finish, coming to a neutral position, standing. Cool. From here, we're going to move into a second shoulder and spinal warm-up. This is a synergy warm-up, and this changed my shoulders completely. I surf a lot, and I promise you, do this every day, you'll be very happy. So, to start, feet hip distance apart, knees bent, pelvis heavy and light. Bit of an oxymoron there, but relaxed. So we start, take our hands, and create a bird claw-like action. From here, we round the back, head tucks. Bring the hands in. It'll take you a while to get this, but it's all good. Through and out, looking up. Thumbs come down, look down, Elbows lead and push up. And bring it down, Samastitihi. We're just going to carry on. Just follow me. It's a new movement, so it might take a few moments to adjust. We're going to do a full 5 of these. It's also important with this movement to trust your intuition. Don't worry about doing it perfectly. Just look at creating a wave-like motion with the spine. If the shoulders are tight, maybe you only come to here, that's fine. Do one more. And then release. For this next movement, I'm going to face you. It might be a bit easier. So, again, feet hip distance apart. Become aware of the weight in your, maybe we can mirror each other. So become aware of the weight in your left foot. So you can mirror me. Left hand pushes the sky away. Most of the weight is in your left foot. And down. Change. Weight moves into your right foot. Left foot is very light. Right hand pushes the sky away. And down. We're going to alternate. So inhale to the other side. And down, exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one to the side. And exhale down. Second phase of this. Take the weight into your left foot. Left hand pushes up. Right hand pushes down. Stay here. Feel a sense of pushing two masses away from you, as if there's a mountain and a sky that you're trying to push away. Very little weight in your right foot. And down. Other side. Right hand pushes the sky away. Left hand pushes the sky down. And your left foot, almost no weight. You can come onto the toes of that left foot. Push both directions. And release. We're going to move this into a flow. Taking the weight into your left foot. Push both hands down. Inhale. Exhale, release. Rock the weight over. Inhale, up. And release. Again, other side. Inhale, up. And release. Last one to this side. And release. From here, feet hip distance apart, arms heavy. Arms are very light. Action is being initiated from the pelvis, from the hips. And we're going to sway with that action. Arms are dead weight. I don't know if when you were kids, you played with that instrument, that drum instrument that did this. This is just starting to bring what we call axial rotation to the spine, twisting of the spine in a very subtle way, in a soft way. Your head can look over your shoulder. We'll stay here for another 5 breaths. And then slowly come back to a neutral position in front of your mat. Hands face forward. See if you can take your hands down. How far can your fingers reach to the floor? Really using our lats to depress the shoulders. Down, inhale, come up. Now how high can they go? When you're ready, inhale here, gain height. And you can mirror me. Exhale, we're going to fold to your right. Inhale up. Exhale, fold to your left. Inhale up. Release down. Lateral flexion of the spine. Let's use that at pace now, or increase the speed. Remember, what is important here is height. Height out of the pelvis. Not necessarily too much of this, not collapsing. Hands face forward. Inhale up. Exhale, fold right. Inhale up. Exhale, fold left. Inhale up. Release down. So again, mirror me. Just your left hand faces forward. Inhale up. Exhale, fold to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, release down. Other hand, right hand. Inhale up, pick up the water. Exhale, fold to your left. Inhale up. And release. Again, other side. Inhale up. Exhale, fold right. Inhale up. And release. Inhale up, last time to the side. Exhale, fold left. Inhale up. And release. Beautiful. Both hands move back. Extension of the chest. Exhale, fold. Remember, pushing from the chest back. Head drops down. Same thing. Chest is the leader. Opening. Head looks to the sky. Direct back on the exhale. One more time. Exhale. Slowly come to neutral. Beautiful, guys. Come to the top of your mat. Toes touching, big toes touching, heels apart. Hands face forward. Let's go through just a straightforward vinyasa. Inhale, pick up the water, bend the knees. Reach for the sky. Bend the knees, drop the head. All the way down, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, hands to knees, Ardha Uttanasana. Release down. Place the hands, step back, drop the knees, hug in the elbows, rock forward, push up, Urdhva Mukha. Tuck the chin, keep the knees on the floor, push back, child's pose, round the back, tuck the toes, push back, downward dog. Round forward into plank. Drop the knees. Push back. Hang out here in child's pose for a few breaths. And slowly roll up. Coming to a seated position. Rock forward onto all fours. Tuck the toes. Push back, downward dog. Lift the gaze. Step through. Release down. Bring the bum slowly to the heels. Sit down. Slowly coming into a Shavasana. It's always good to take Shavasana. Even if after 10 minutes practice, do 2 minutes Shavasana. So if this is a 20, 30 minute practice, we're going to do at least 4 or 5 minutes. So a nice trick, because there's always a danger when we go into Shavasana that we're not aligned. So our feet move out to the corners of the mat. Make sure that your spine is lined up with the center of the mat. And then from here, slowly start to roll back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can just double check that the spine is in line with the middle of the mat. Head is in line with the spine. Release down. Hands out, arms out 45 degrees. Hands face the sky. Lift the right arm as if someone's pulling the arm away from you. Then drop it down. Lift the left arm as if someone's pulling it away from you. Drop it down. Tuck the chin slightly. And then just close the eyes. Let the body assimilate the movement. We'll be here for a few minutes. I'll mind the space and the time. You can take your attention to the breath, observing the breath. Start to take bigger breaths, become aware of the fingers and the toes. And in whatever transition makes sense for you, start to slowly come up into a seated position at the top of your mat. Again, just allowing yourself 5 breaths to adjust to the seated position. When you're ready, slowly starting to open the eyes, taking in the light. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Short little spinal warm-up, spinal flow. Keep the spine healthy, or keep you healthy. Namaste.